You'll never guess what I saw out there, brothers. Well, probably because it's not something very intelligent. No, it's very intelligent. Well, the thing itself isn't. Well, maybe it is. I don't know because I don't speak moose. Speak moose? You saw a moose outside? I saw a moose outside. But guess what? It was a talking moose. And you know what it said? It said, "Hello, Buffin." It said just like that. "Hello, Buffin." And I didn't know what to do because I didn't know its name myself. I didn't know how it knew my name either. Oh, that's because I told it your name. What you doing telling mooses my name, Bertold? Well, he asked. He said, "You looked like a might friendly person." And I said, "Well, that's my brother Buffin." And he said, "Well, what's your name?" And I said, "Bertold." And he said, "You got any other friends, and do they speak moose too?" And I said, "No, they're not very bright. Not very bright." "You're making us look bad in front of the moose." Ladies and gentlemen, this is Voices in My Head with Basil Sands, and he talks about audiobook stuff, and this is episode 8, part 3 of 3. That's 3 parts of the third. This is the third of the 3 parts. And don't make fun of my accent, brothers. So, anyway, on to Basil. He's talking with the folks from ListenUp Audio, and those people are really nice, and we get to be in this show too. So, you guys listen to that. Hey, brothers, look at this. I got free tickets to an amusement park. Can you believe it? An amusement park with a petting zoo. Let's go.
So we're really trying to expand and educate as outside of the booth, but also we have directors inside the booth who will provide feedback as much as possible and kind of try to pull out the storyteller in you.
I think that's a big thing for new narrators. We will provide a director, especially for that first book, just to give them direction and kind of coach them on, and just to know when you're having voice fatigue and when it is time to throw in the towel for the day. So that's a big,
right. You know, that's a big thing that I missed doing this always by myself, and especially in those first ones. I recently did a training session with Paul Rubin, and I didn't. I mean, I've been at this for several years and didn't realize one or two tiny little things that may have been holding me back the whole time. But just having that director's ear sitting there to say, hey, slow down right there. That spot, that's the one that's getting you every time. And so yeah, it's really helpful to have other ears, no matter how good a storyteller person thinks they are. Just because the 12-year-old Boy Scouts say that you rock doesn't mean that you're international stardom quality yet. So I have a couple of questions. Feely, you want to come up here? Well, I know you can't come up. Yes, boss, I'd like to come up and ask a question of them. Sorry, I can't come onto the camera right now because we're leprechauns, and leprechauns aren't allowed to be seen by mortals. Otherwise, we have to give you special gifts, and you may not always like the gifts that we give you. So to avoid being sued and otherwise treated badly, we'll just stay off camera and ask the question. Okay, so ask the question. Enough beating around. Who would you like to address the question to? I'd like to address the question to the whole group, if I may. The question I have for you is, do you have microphone stands that would be comfortable for someone under 4 footish to stand at and do some of the recording? Because that's a problem we've had sometimes. Basil's got his mounted way up on a stand thing, I think on purpose. So do you have facilities for little people?
I think so. We did have a bunch of
equal
kids
opportunity,
recording in
Basil. Yes, of course.
Equal opportunity? Okay, so does that answer your question? Well, that mostly answers my question. Also, do you serve lager while recording?
That's essential to the process, actually.
Oh, I love you guys already. Did you hear that, Bertold? They serve lager and they have little people facilities. Oh, that's nice. I just think they're all very cute. Oh, that's nice. You like the bearded one too? Well, in a cute bloke kind of way. Let's not go there, boss. Okay. Any other questions that you guys have? Do you know in Atlanta, there's the whole place. My grandfather told us a story when he first came to America back in the olden days, that the whole place burnt to the ground. Have you rebuilt it?
Yeah, but not on a grid.
I know, huh?
Not on a grid. We still drive in circles. No.
Oh, I like driving in circles. I go in circles a lot. We spend most of our time in the booth going in circles. Drives Basil crazy. So, any other questions that you guys have? No, I think we'll just be satisfied to sit here and stare at the two pretty girls. Okay. So you guys stay down there, watch the monitor, and click stop when you want to. And that I believe is all. Oh, we do have the one other question, the scenario that I wanted to bring up with you guys, because I whenever I do interviews, whenever I do, whether it's for the Thriller Writers Association or for podcasts related to audiobooks, I always like to delve deep into the hearts, to the emotional center of the person that I'm interviewing, kind of like Brian Williams, but trying not to just make up stories about myself. Um, and so, Buffin, would you like by the way, the four leprechauns that I have they're brothers. They moved in with me several years ago. Feely is the oldest, and then Neely, Buffin, and Bertold. Bertold is the youngest, but my brother Bertold speaks Chinese too. Yes, he speaks Chinese and several other. We don't know how because he's never been to China. He's always lived in my crawl space. But somewhere along the line, well, it's not a hard language to learn. Really, it's not. So, anyway, Neely, you didn't speak up earlier. Would you like to address this scenario question to the gang? Yes, of course I would. Okay, here we go. Are you ready for the scenario question? The scenario question is a question in which we present a scenario in the form of a question. If you suddenly discovered that ListenUp Inc. had been bequeathed with a sum of money that would make Bill Gates get uncomfortable hiccups, and make Warren Buffett say, "Whoa, dude," and make Bill Clinton's eyes pop out at the thought of how many interns he could put on staff with that much money, but that said money could only be spent on growing ListenUp into the best it could possibly be, and of course there would be a clause requiring the company to charter the annual barbecue at Basil's house in Alaska every July. How would you spend that bankroll?
I talked to our CEO about this, and his first answer was that we would build an amusement park on an island,
Oh, I like you.
followed by we would have an exotic animal petting zoo, specifically with alligators.
Like that.
Ooh, petting alligator. Now wait a minute.
So then I suggested that maybe we should just get raises, which he thought was good. But finally, he settled on he would like to grow ListenUp's original content and keep going in that direction. So I don't know which one is his real answer, but that's what he said.
So then you could actually be called. You could change your name to "Hey, listen up, Audible."
We could.
No comment.
Yes.
We have nothing to say on that matter. We love Audible, and they are the best.
That's right. We would also buy a heater for the women's
We
bathroom.
would buy a heater for the women's bathroom. We would buy heated toilet seats for the
Very
women's
cold
bathroom.
in there. No one likes to spend too much time in there.
It's horrible in there. Let me tell you. It's very.
How much time do you spend in there now, sir?
And I would like to buy all of Doctor Who's books and produce those. Doctor Who is my thing.
She would like to.
I'd like to
produce the
buy
Doctor Who
all
books.
Doctor Who, every book written.
Did you hear that, Bertold? I heard it. I'm in love now. Doctor Who is my second cousin, twice removed on my grandmother's side. And, well, he's theirs too because we're brothers, but I'm the only one who claims him. I've been in the time machine, you know. Our cousin Leonard, he built his own TARDIS. And we experimented with it, but we used the neighbor's cat, and it's a good thing because he came back inside out. But we almost got it.
Well, good luck with that.
Yes. Okay, boys, off to work. You got to go do your own thing now, and don't forget to take out the trash and feed the bunny and the Yorkie. Don't let him bully you this time. He's only 1.5 pounds. Sorry, boss. We won't let him bully us. He's a creature of evil. So anyway, okay, you guys are gone, and well, that's pretty much what I have. Thank you very much for joining us on this quest. I look forward to spending a lot of time working with you guys in the future. As up to now, almost done with this particular contract, hoping to start another one right off the bat after this, or to break into some nice, better paid one-off work too, which I will be hitting your casting department up for that. And anything that you guys would like to say, a last bit of advice for new narrators or audiobook producer wannabes, editors, etc. The last bit of advice to maybe we could go straight down the panel here. Each person give a couple of lines that you think are intelligent and usable for the people of the world. Remember, this is being broadcast. Vladimir Putin is watching.
Of course.
I would say, as a newbie, just to go for it and believe in yourself and believe in your talent, and always continue to learn and learn from other people, and just keep doing what it is that you love to do. If that's writing, do that. If it's narrating, do that. Whatever it is. If it's editing, do that. But, having that confidence and setting your goals and going for them, that would be my snippet of wisdom.
I would say you need to know your audience and you need to talk to listeners and understand what listeners want and what listeners like so that you can keep that in mind when you're going forward.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess from a production standpoint, that'll be my forte here. Be willing to learn. Be willing to admit that you don't know certain things. That's a big issue, I think, with sound and audio guys. Everyone wants to say that they know everything, but I think the willingness to admit that you don't is going to help you go a lot farther in this industry, because it is such a specific set of skills for working on spoken word.
But what if you actually are perfect?
What's that?
What if you actually are perfect? Not that I'm thinking of anyone in particular here.
Help others.
Then help others.
That's a good question, and I am the right person to ask that question. So, it's tough waking
This
up every
guy.
day,
And knowing you can't get any better. What can I say?
This is it. We've
You've reached the
arrived.
top.
We have arrived.
Oh, that would be the most depressing moment of my life, actually. This is it.
Here we are.
So are you guys going to be up at APAC?
Hopefully.
Yes. Some of us
Some
will.
of us will. We just don't know who yet.
Yes.
Well, that'd be cool. Well, in that case, maybe me and the boys will get to meet you there, because I'm going to be
Definitely.
down there, up there for you guys, down there for me. So, well, that's going to be a blast. And if so, I'll meet you guys at the Naughties or something for drinks, and
Yes.
we'll have a great time. And I'll see if I can get the leprechauns to come out in public, but they're shy that way. So.
Oh, look at all the animals. What kind of animal is that one? Why, that looks like a platypus. I'm sure you can pet it. Don't they have poisonous hooks on their feet? Well, just don't hold it. Pet it. Oh, look at that kind of animal. What is that? That looks kind of like a saber-toothed tiger, I'd say. Should I pet it? Up to you. Oh, look at that one. What is that? That would be a Florida alligator. I wouldn't pet... Oh, look at your arm. Somebody get the glue.